Hi, today I want to share with you how you can learn quicker using Lazarus ID and Free Pascal. So, if you started to develop your own applications within Free Pascal and Lazarus, you might be finding it difficult to solve different problems with the controls and using the controls or defining your own controls. And even you might be thinking about creating your own ones and basically drawing these uh, controls on the screen and reusing them at design time as well. So um, the easiest way to learn quicker from Free Pascal and Lazarus is to use packages which are already created by other developers and shared with you via the online package manager. So I showed you in a previous tutorial how you can use the online package managers and how you can download these packages, but I never showed how you can access these free Pascal content and to use these free Pascal units for your own development. So the first thing is, of course, if you want to use a package, you need to download it. So you need to go to the online package manager. And what I was using in this tutorial was the iCandy controls, which are defining nice gauges, different checkboxes, combo boxes. So from this, you can see how you can upgrade the built-in controls or the common controls of Lazarus and FreePascal. So once you click on the package and you install it, the Lazarus environment will download the package, also make the compilation to integrate it into the IDE, and then you can start to use the components. So once it is ready, this will appear in the toolbar, so you can find actually the iCandy controls here, and as you can see there are a lot of different components. For this example, I was placing some of these controls on a form just to show how these look like, and you will see the behaviors of them, but this is not the main focus today in this tutorial. I just want to show you how you can bring these Pascal uh, sources in front, and then you can go deeper inside the solution and you can take over what you want, or even you can modify this solution for your own needs. So once you place a control on the application form, then it will appear in the project inspector under the required packages because you wanted to use them or you place them on the form. So the Lazarus ID is adding these into the required packages, and then you can uh, start to use them. You can start to compile these components into your application. So once it is here and double click on the component itself, or the package itself, you can see the sources of these packages or this package. And then I want to go deeper in this EC switch component, uh, and I need the source of it. I can start to look into this package sources and try to find the EC switch unit. And as you can see, this is here. So once you double click on it, the source appears, and from this point onwards, you can go in and you can analyze the components. As you can see, the EC switch component is coming from the T custom EC switch component or class, and this is extending the TEC base control. So if you would like to know exactly what is behind this switch class, using the base class of it, which is basically defining most probably many common variables, common properties, and also common functions and procedures for these classes or these components what the developer created, uh, you might need to go deeper inside and not just scratching the surface and using the custom switch class itself, because you might have certain elements which you can't see in the code right here. You need to find the basis of it and go down within the inheritance list to the deeper level, and then analyze as well those things. For example, what can be these common things? If we are talking about the screen components, definitely the position, size of the component might be controlled by the base class, and the final class, the finally inherited class, is only using this base uh, uh, properties, base functions, and procedures to do certain things, and then it's extending the options into the new component. So basically, this is the objective type of programming components or programming the applications. So when you are having an objects or classes, then these classes are starting from a base class, having some, let's say, smaller functionality, less amount of properties or variables which are used inside, and the next components which are coming from these base classes are extending the functionalities of these things. So, for example, if you are talking about a switch, the state of the switch, if it is on or off, is most probably uh, stored in a lower level class, and that function or that property is inherited by the final class. So, just going further on in this, as you can see here, we have the T-Custom EC switch class inherited from the TEC base control, and we will go deeper inside, of course, but let's see what is inside. So as you can see, there is a function, a procedure, set caption position, set checked, and so on. So basically, these are the functions or procedures which are handling the different status of the switch. Also, you can see here that if you might change the color of the switch, you also have a procedure for it. And of course, once you are having these things defined here, and you go to the EDC switch or the custom EC switch component here in the Code Explorer, you can see as well what kind of properties, what kind of um, variables defined, and also here you can see the functions, components, and so on. So basically, you can also come here and you can get through the different part of the class itself. So, for example, if we are going into the redraw, um, sorry, not here, but jump to the implementation. The the redraw itself is a pretty simple component or procedure for the application, but it goes to the invalidate procedure, and this might go directly to the base class itself, where this invalidate function is called, and then the component is redrawn by the base component. So let's see how we can go to the DEC base control. So if we go back again to the top, so we are looking for the DEC base control, and it's pretty easy to find it, because if you go back to the package itself, and then you have this button here, or if it would be a little bit bigger, then we might be seeing it no, actually it's not going bigger, but anyway, so if you go to the more button and then you look for the find in files, and then you say DEC base control. So as you can see that it's automatically adding this into the combo box. So once we press the enter button, we can find the definition of the DEC base control here, where it is coming from a class of D custom control. So if we go there, then again the Pascal source file is opening, so you don't need to find the source file itself because the IDE is finding it for you. And then you can do the same exercise what I showed you for the DEC custom switch class. So you can go directly into the code, or you can also use here the code explorer, and you can find all the functions and procedures what this control can do for you. And of course you can go deeper and deeper, and you can analyze the code itself, and you can get really good knowledge about how these components are working. And if you might find that something is not what you want, then you can already change here a component, so you can actually rewrite the code here, and then you can compile your application based on this code. But don't forget that if you are updating something in this code, then this will not be linked to the base component. So you might need to transfer this to your other applications, because this will not be uh, let's say recompiled for the IDE. So if you want to recompile it for the IDE, then you should save it as a separate package, and then update the package there, and also load it into the IDE with a full compile of the IDE again, and then this component solution will be the basis of your next application. So this is what I wanted to share with you today in this short tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. With this, I wish you happy coding, and see you next time.